Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, have you heard of subscription creep? If you haven't, you've probably been a victim of it. Because here's what what subscription creep is. A long time ago, I started with Netflix. I had a subscription to Netflix. I watched it on my phone and my iPad. So I had that for a number of years. They started out at $7.99 back in 2011, and then over the years they slowly raised the price. I came in at $8.99, and I canceled the first time at what was it? I think just at $9.99 at that time, and then I was in a Netflix documentary, and so I re-upped my Netflix subscription. By that time, it had inflated to like $12.99, uh, and so um, I had it for a number of years, and I referred back to it. I could go back to that documentary. I can uh, uh, pull video that I wanted or needed from that, and so that's the only reason why I had it. But that was a very, very expensive subscription, since I really wasn't watching all that much else on Netflix. Yes, there were a few other shows on there that I did like, but it was nowhere near the value of $14.99 that I was paying at the time. Watch your subscriptions, and I heard on in the media that the average person has $200 in subscriptions, and I'm thinking, no way. There's no way I can have that much in subscriptions. And then after I started thinking about it, it's like, oh my God, I have at least that. And I say that in the sense that um, I've been recently doing some cost cutting. Even though I have money to do a lot of subscriptions, I don't, because I'm at a point in my life where there's only so much TV I can watch. There's only so many things that I can do, and I have plenty of resources for reading, and so let me go through some of my subscriptions. The biggest and most expensive subscription that nearly every household has is your cellular phone. Your cellular phone service is the most expensive subscription that you have. Do you absolutely have to have it? No, because there are other services that you can take up at far less cost. How do I know? Because I had them when I was homeless. In the beginning, I had virtually no money, so I had to squeeze out all the value I could uh, out of every dollar. And a phone, living on the streets, was the most important lifeline that you could have. But yet, uh, most people have really bad credit, and so it's nearly impossible to get a typical subscription back then. And so that what I had, because this was before 4G. We have flip phones, and texting up to a certain amount of characters. I think it was 149 characters, so it was very limited services. But it was track phone, and you buy your time. Track phones still exist today, but that's your absolute basic lifeline type service. That is a pay for service. Uh, all your big carriers have them also. Verizon has a version of a pay as you go. That's what they're referred to, pay as you go type phones. But you don't lose any minutes, and you're not paying monthly in most cases. In the case of track phone, you buy a certain block of minutes, and those minutes fly by as you use them, whether, well, before 4G, you can't do the things back then, but you can now. And now there are other services that are also offered, but Verizon is my most expensive subscription, coming in at $177. Yeah, and you're probably wondering, how did you get $177 in Verizon? The service, the Verizon service itself, on the new 5G unlimited. And then I also have the new 5G home wireless system. And so I'm not dependent upon cable anymore in any way. I'm not connected to any kind of cabling or wire connection off the telephone pole. This is all 5G internet access for the home, and it's very reasonable. The service, if you were not a Verizon customer, but I am, and so I got a heavy discount on it, and it's a good service. It's very very quick. If you're into gaming, it's not for gaming. They tell you right off the bat, this is not a service for gaming, and then you should stay on your cable or your connected service. But I need it to be wireless, because at the time when I was planning everything, I didn't know my housing situation. So I wanted to be able to move around quickly and easily and still have all the same access that I had with my cell phone, with my iPad, because I got a new smart TV. And so that smart TV hooks to the wireless system, and that's how I have a subscription to YouTube TV. So that's right there, the YouTube TV plus the I bought the premium service of YouTube TV, and so what that premium does, it removes all the advertising. So all of those silly advertising. Instead, I get to watch scenery and listen to soft music, rather than listening and being enticed by the commercials. And so that's one of the benefits that I pay for. I can drop it at any time, and that's a what is that, nearly $19 premium. So that's the value of your viewership just in commercials if you're using YouTube TV. That's the value that they place on your viewership, $19 a month. So that's interesting to find out. And then I have my Amazon Prime membership. There's a lot of that goes with that Amazon Prime. You get free movies and TV up to a certain point. You also have free shipping, real quick, 24 to 48 hour shipping in most cases. And then we just had Prime deal days, and so since I was a member of Prime, I get to participate, and I got notification on deals on things that I already had in my to-go list, on my buying list. And so anyway, also I have an Apple TV subscription. I have a couple of other subscriptions that more for entertainment, and then one is a security, which is a VPN. You should always have a VPN for your phone and iPad. On the TV, there's nothing that I can really do. It's just the TV. But anyway, most of those are monthly subscriptions. The VPN is an annual subscription, and so if you have any annual subscriptions, those are the ones you really need to keep track of, because they're so easy to forget about. I had another subscription, which was an annual, and I did remember to cancel that, and that was a long time ago. But I like I said, I recently removed Netflix from my subscription list, and so because they got they're now $16, and I just don't use Netflix enough. I have enough things to watch on YouTube TV, and before that, there was even a greater value because I had Sling TV. The only downside to Sling TV, it did not, I repeat, did not have certain local channels available, and so I I had an outdoor antenna on my homeless shelter. I was the only one. You could see my my TV antenna on my original shelter, so it's interesting. People look at that and say, "Do you have TV?" I say, "Yeah." And then they say, "How did you get electricity?" I mean, it just opened up all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I had electricity back then. I had TV back then. I had my TV antenna, and I had Sling TV uh, and wireless service. So that was good to have back then. But all in all, inventory all of your subscriptions, and the number's going to surprise you. And this really surprised me. I'm at $305.25 a month in subscriptions, well above the national average of $200. Where are you? Are you above the national average like me, or are you very miserly and watch every penny? Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.